Why do I love sales management? Because sales management combines architect and leadership. I get to design systems and grow people. Leadership to me means being a mentor, being a coach, having the understanding and the foresight that you understand on how to guide the team and to get actionable results with the KPIs, with the metrics, with understanding the processes, the systems, the platforms, filling pipelines, tracking data intent, tracking buyer signals, and getting qualified leads not only in front of you, but closing those leads and coaching the team on how to do it, on how to cold call and how to close those leads and bring in a successful sales cycle as fast as possible with happy clients. What sets me apart as a sales leader? Because I'm a sales mentor, I'm a sales architect. I understand buyer psychology, sales psychology, filling pipelines aggressively, doing multi-channel lead generation, doing follow-up, understanding KPIs, metrics, platforms, and most importantly, but understanding the AI. Understand sales with AI and the leverage that I could actually do to leverage AI and to do outreach. I'm able to fill pipelines when I'm sleeping, when the team's asleep. I'm able to give that correct guidance and coaching as necessary. That way, not only do we have the correct people in front of us from the correct data points that we got, but also do the correct follow-up, have the correct tracking, having the correct metrics, and do the correct coaching with always closing deals, high value deals, high ticket sales. That's what sets me apart from other sales leaders. What's the main reason for revenue loss? Main reason for revenue loss is going to be you not having correct data points, dirty data, not having the correct buyer intent, buyer signals. So when you do have CSV files, those CSV files don't have true data. They don't have those decision makers on there. That's going to be your main pillar for everything going out. The second thing is going to be your follow-up. You got to have strong follow-up. If your follow-up is weak, everything else is going to be weak. You got also a third is going to be your CRM has to have good CRM hygiene. You got to be able to do tracking. Fourth is going to be you're going to have good KPIs. That way you're able to see your metrics, what's working, what's not working, what campaigns are working, what is resonating, what is not resonating. And the last is building rapport and trust, because without building rapport and trust, no credibility, there's not going to be any sales. So this is the main foundation on strong revenue, but also the aspect and the pillars of revenue loss. What do I do with CRMs? How do I manage CRMs? Well, it depends. Are we have a go high level? Do we have HubSpot? Do we have Salesforce? So I understand the three main CRMs very well. I haven't used Zoho. It's not my favorite. Actually, my favorite is what? Go high level. The reason why is because at the end of the day, making sales is all about conversions and then converting those leads over. And if we cannot capture those leads, we can't convert those leads. So the main aspect of any CRM that I'm dealing with has to deal with lead capture. We have to have that ability to lead capture and then funnel those leads into that CRM through automation processes and other processes. And then it gets into your tracking the pipeline, your building pipeline of what is hot, who are the people they responded, who are the people they did not respond, who do we need to follow up with, who do we need to have meetings with. All this goes into our process. And then what are the capabilities of the CRM? Does the CRM, for example, go high level? We could create funnels, we could create forms, we could create marketing in there, we could create cold email, which I don't use a code email on that. I use instantly for my cold email system. But these are just aspects. And then the hygiene, the health of the campaigns, the health of our pipelines, and having key metrics on that as a bird's eye view. CRM is, I would say, it's like your commander's tower to have a view of everything that's happening and having those metrics at the same time that you're able to make the correct decisions. Without proper intel is not proper decision making. If I was a hiring manager, I'd ask questions, for example, can you build pipelines from scratch? Can you mentor? Can you build out sales teams? Do you understand CRMs? Do you understand KPIs? Do you understand buyer psychology, sales psychology? Do you understand buyer intent, data signals? All these are extremely important. Do you understand platforms? We're talking about cold email platforms, cold calling platforms, text messaging platforms. For example, you have the 10 DLC for cold calling, for text messaging. You have the DCAM records, DMARC records, MX records for cold email systems. You have multiple platforms. What platforms do you actually use? So all this is going to come into effect on how well is your sales leader actually able not only to mentor, but understand the technical aspect of sales and field pipelines and do outreach. All this comes together in building a powerful candidate and being a sales leader, being a sales mentor, being a sales architect. If I'm on a sales call, the first thing I'm going to do is ask strategic questions, identify their pain points, their challenges, their struggles, and position ourselves as what? As that solution. Because if we don't understand the client's bleeding wound, I call it the bleeding wound, then we're not going to be that solution. We're not going to be able to truly resonate. We're not going to be able to frame our call in order to make a true sale and build true credibility and rapport. So building relationships, having a true quick sales cycle means understanding the buyer's pain point so we can position ourselves as that solution. What does the life of a sales director look like? Well, the first thing that's really big with me is metrics, analytics, business intelligence. So having the ability to have everything on one pane of glass is extremely important to me. And that's going to consist of what? The pipeline health. So understanding, okay, who do we need to follow up with? Who do we need to do outreach with? And having not only that, but having all the members of the team that's under me, for example, that I'm coaching, that I'm mentoring, if they need to do any kind of follow-up, if they need to do any kind of outreach, having metrics on that. Having metrics on the KPIs, on what's working, on what's not working, on the outreach that we have to do. All this is extremely important. So the first thing I'm going to do is check out my business intelligence on one pane of glass. I'm going to check out the health of the pipeline. I'm going to do a team huddle, business huddle. So mentor huddle, how's everyone doing today? Is anyone facing any situation, anything that someone wants to share, any positive reviews or stories that they encountered that they do want to share, any questions like this. And then going to the CRM, going into the KPIs, going into the verifying, is the data clean? Are we doing the correct outreach? Are we having the good signals right here? Or what else could we actually do for our outreach? Are we outreaching to the right individuals? Are we doing the correct follow-up? All this comes into the responsibility of the sales director and sales leadership, because we have to not only fill the pipelines, we have to make sure that we close these deals and that we are that mentor for the team moving forward. How do I prioritize? I prioritize revenue, people, systems. But the main thing is that people is first, but in order to bring people on, candidates on, we got to have the right systems. In order to have the right revenue, we got to have the right systems and processes. We have the right outreach in place. So it's going to be revenue, systems, people. Or you could say revenue, people, systems, but they're all interrelated. I want to be part of WFS because I love being part of high performance teams where I get the ground running, not only as a sales leader, as a sales director, but as a sales mentor, where I could truly be there for people and help the company grow, where I could be as not only as a sales leader, sales mentor, but as a sales architect, where I could build out systems, architect systems that's truly going to bring revenue at the pillar foundational part of the company, of reaching new benchmarks, of truly bringing value. And this is what I bring to the table. If you bring me on board, not only I believe could we reach new benchmarks, new levels, but we will be able to truly